So, before we get into this week's reading vlog, I am going to steal a page from Chelsea at Chelsea Darling Reads, and I'm going to do a booktube shout out. My first shout out ever goes to Mel from That Girl Bookworm. I love Mel so much. She does reading vlogs, she does TBRs, she has wrap ups, some of the best reviews I have ever seen. Like every time she does a review, I watch it, I automatically want to read the book that she's talking about. She is just like one of my favorite booktubers. Love her so much. I will leave her linked down in the description. Please go check out Mail. So let's get into the video. Welcome to day one of Contemporary-A-Thon. I think, depending on my footage, I'm going to try daily vlogging this week and see how that goes. And if it doesn't go so well, I'll go back to my weekly vlog next week. But I think I'm going to start off Contemporary-A-Thon reading Brave by Rose McGowan. Currently watching Natasha at My Reading is Odd, her Contemporary-A-Thon vlogs from last year. So I just finished Little and Lion, even though it's not technically on my TBR. It is a contemporary, and I have some bacon, and I have a pizza in the oven for dinner. Currently watching Today Show Funny Bits. It's from the Australian Today Show. I love them. I don't know what's up. Like, camera doesn't want to focus today. Hi, welcome to day 2 of Contemporary-A-Thon, and as you can see, I just decided to do a weekly reading vlog because my life is happily boring. I don't do enough to do daily vlogs unless you would watch like a 2 to 3 minute video every day. But let's start off Contemporary-A-Thon with some fantasy, some science fiction, because I really wanted Contemporary-A-Thon to be just contemporary books, but this is due in 4 days with a 20-person wait list, so I cannot check it out again. So I am still reading Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I am about a chapter away from being halfway. I'm still loving it. If you have not read this book yet, go and get it. The sequel comes out in November. It's a duology, and it is so good and diverse if you're looking for a diverse read. Okay, let's get back to contemporaries. So I am on page 69 of Brave by Rose McGowan. This book is really hard to read. At times, Rose has had such a heartbreaking life, and it really testifies to the strength that she has as a person, because most people would have crumbled. I mean, can you imagine living in a household where your dad is so anti-woman, anti-feminist, that he takes his hatred of all women in his life and women in general out on you? And then her relationship with her mother was very complicated, because her mother, like a lot of women today, have been bent and broken to society's pressures that you are nobody if you don't have a man, and that the kind of like the Disney life, where Disney has like tarnished our brains into thinking that, you know, just hold on for as long as you can, because a man on a white stallion is going to come along and sweep you up in a fairy tale, instead of learning young girls to embrace that their inner strength and that they can be on that stallion themselves and saving themselves and giving themselves a happy ever after. But I just am so in love with Brave by Rose McGowan. I already know this is a 5-star read. Rose is speaking to so many things that, like, I myself have had these conversations about, and especially in our media climate that we're in now. Like, this book is so good, and I wish this was my own copy because I wanted to highlight and annotate things in here, but I can't because it's a library copy. But this is so good. And I am reading On a Girl by Maggie Thrash. I am 30% of the way in. I love the artwork. I don't, I'm not really a fan of the story right now. It's just the artwork. I'm just so enthralled with the artwork. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I've been reading so many graphic novels where the art is completely computerized. So it's so good to see like a rustic type of graphic novel where you can actually see the shading and it looks like Maggie sat down herself and colored with colored pencils, and I just love it. I am not a big fan of Backstreet Boys, so some of the references I'm still not getting. I don't really know about Backstreet Boys. If this would have been in sync, I would have been all in this story because I love in sync. But that is where I'm at for the end of day 2 of Contemporary-A-Thon. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully by then I can finish On a Girl and have one book down. Day 3. Is this day 3? I think it's day 3. Yeah, it should be day 3. Okay, day 3 of Contemporary-A-Thon. I am so excited because I just got the notification a couple hours ago that my books are in the library. I just got American Panda and The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza. So I'm super excited. But let me get back to what I've been reading most of the day for Contemporary-A-Thon. Brave by Rose McGowan. Every time I sit down and read this book, I just gain more respect for Rose as a human being. The amount of stuff she went through is ridiculous and it's heartbreaking. And I'm even madder at myself that this is not my copy because I have wanted to like annotate this book so badly, more than I've ever wanted to annotate a book before, to just highlight it and write things in it, because I just got to a section a while ago where Rose was talking about how we teach young girls from an early age, if you don't want to be sexually assaulted, don't wear this, don't go out past this time. If you go out with a group of friends. You know, it's the talk that you get a lot of times when you go to college too, like when they have seminars for steps to not get sexually assaulted. But we never raise boys to respect women and to not sexually assault women. And a lot of the times it is so frustrating because I don't care if I'm walking down the street in my bra and underwear. It does not give you free license to do anything you want to me. The amount of my body that's showing or covered up is not a advertisement for you to touch me or to make lewd and suggestive remarks and things like that. And I was just like, come on, Rose. Like, yes, I wanted. I was so excited when she was saying, like, we teach girls to take responsibility to not get raped, but we don't teach young boys to not rape. And she also spoke on the boys will be boys culture, which is something that has always bothered me from the beginning. How everything men do is excused, but when women do something that's what society perceives as wrong, we are villainized and punished. And this book is so eye-opening. I'm just loving the journey to reading it. And it's what's really helping me get through Contemporary-A-Thon, because Contemporary-A-Thon is not going the way that I have wanted it to go this week, because right now I'm just not in the mood for a lot of. I'm not in the mood for contemporary. I have gotten really into like science fiction, fantasy, and that's what I want to read. But this book, this book is amazing. It's incredible. Rose McGowan is super strong. She's a super strong woman, and I need a copy of this. I'm probably gonna end up buying a copy of this so that on a reread, I can annotate, and I might do a video after I annotate or whatever. But I'm just loving, loving, loving this book. I have made no progress on the on Honor Girl. That's it for today. I'm gonna go and read some more Brave, but I will see you guys for day 4 of Contemporary-A-Thon. Day 5 of Contemporary-A-Thon, and still no contemporary. I am at the very end of Renegades by Marissa Meyer, but I promise tomorrow, the next 3 days of Contemporary-A-Thon will go better. It's just that I needed to finish this. There was no way to keep it, and I love this book. Had to finish. But that's all I wanted to say, because I'm going to go back to read it, but expect updates from actual contemporary reads tomorrow. So day 5, and I finally finished a contemporary book, Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash. This was for the challenge of read a contemporary-ish graphic novel. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. I really couldn't stand most of the people in the book except for Maggie and Aaron. They were my favorite part about it. I love the art style of this book. I got so pissed off at Tammy, who is the camp counselor, for her trying to discourage Maggie and to trying to beat into Maggie's head over and over again that being gay is wrong, and begging Maggie to not say anything about it because they didn't want to scare the other girls and to ruin their time at camp. Like, are you serious? Girl, I wanted to jump through these pages and beat her down. But I gave it a 3. I wasn't really a fan. Probably won't read anything else by Maggie Thrash because everybody says this is her best work. I am currently 169 pages into Brave by Rose McGowan, and my jaw just dropped when I read her section on Charmed, and how one day she was finishing up a scene and there was a new director on set and he didn't give her any like stage directions, so she finishes her last line and she exits stage right, and I guess he really was not here for it. He wanted her to exit stage left, and so he goes on a 1-minute verbal assault of her, berating her, you know, using calling her a bitch and all of these other names because he got mad that she exited stage right, and how all of the crew sat there and nobody said anything. And even though she expressed that she was uncomfortable with him and she didn't want him to direct any more of the episodes, and that they assured her he wouldn't direct any more of the episodes, 2 months later he was there again. And it's just like, we live in such a male dominated society, and sometimes I guess we're like kind of bred at a young age to not notice it. So when someone else points it out to you, your mind is blown. It's ridiculous. But this is such a good book. I know it's probably going to end up on my list of best books this year. I want a copy. I'm definitely going to look into getting one. I would suggest you to pick up Brave. Trigger warnings for sexual assault and abuse. And you know how I said that I had some books on hold for me? I went and picked them up today, so I'll just quickly go through the titles. I have One Last Thing Before I Go by Jonathan Troper. Hormonal, The Hidden Intelligence of Hormones, How They Drive Desire, Shape Relationships, Influence Our Choices, and Make Us Wiser by Marty Hasselton. Dr. Marty Hasselton. A False Report, A True Story of Rape in America by T. Christian Miller and Ken Armstrong. One I'm super excited about, The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. I did not know this next book was going to be so small, but it is Heart Berries by Teresa Marie Mulhot, and it is with an introduction by Sherman Alexie. The second Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The Power by Naomi Alderman. The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Sean David Hutchinson. Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, Stories from a South African Childhood. This is my book that I want to get read next week as part of my Black History Month read. American Panda by Gloria Cho. And Americanized Rebel Without a Green Card by Sarah Saeed. So that is my update for today. I'll be back with you tomorrow, hopefully having finished Brave. Day 7 and the end of Contemporary-A-Thon. Before I wrap up this reading vlog and Contemporary-A-Thon, I am super excited to show you I got the special edition of Simon Versus. I wanted it ever since it came out, but I tried to be patient, and patience prevailed because there is a 20% off coupon until the end of Monday, and I used it to get it. And I'm so excited. I'm probably going to read later tonight all of the emails between Blue and Simon. Okay, so let's start with the beginning of the week, because Contemporary-A-Thon for me was not as successful as I wanted it to be, because I was in the middle of reading Renegades before it started and I had to finish it. So I finished Renegades. I gave it 4 stars. I recommend it for any comic book lover, DC, Marvel, things of that nature. I so love this book. I am so mad, especially with that ending. I'm so mad that I'm going to have to wait until November to get the conclusion. It is a duology. Okay. So next I finished Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash, and this was for my Read a Contemporary-ish graphic novel. This is the story about Maggie falling in love the first time with a girl. Why am I stumbling to get my thoughts together? But yes, this is about her falling in love the first time with a girl, and I loved the art style so much in this book. But the story I really didn't like. I loved when Maggie was with Aaron. Yes, when we got those few moments with them just by themselves, it was so cute. And a new favorite book of mine, Brave by Rose McGowan. Oh my God, this book is so powerful, so thought provoking. I wanted to highlight so many of the passages in this book. Like Rose is speaking the truth. Okay, when I finished this book, I wanted to stand up and give it a standing ovation. I wanted to just clap forever. This book was amazing, and I just can't wait to get my hands on my own personal copy. I also listened to 2 hours of Ludo and Lion by Brandy Colbert, and I gave it 3 stars. Also read I listened to Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, and I gave it a 3 stars. Yes, I gave it 3 stars. And really, truthfully, I didn't like the story all that much. I did love Lola and Cricket, but I would have much preferred a book about her 2 dads. They were everything. So that is everything that I read this week. Yes, that's everything I read this week. Let me know if you participated in Contemporary-A-Thon or what you read this week in the comments down below. I'm always looking for recommendations. And I will see you later. Until next time, happy reading.